Hello, my name is Dante Timpano. I'm 21 years old from Barrie, Ontario, Canada.
All right, Dante. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about your business. Some of them are going to be uncomfortable and embarrassing, and I'm going to give you likely some pretty harsh advice. But the goal is to help you grow your business and tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Sound fair?
Sounds great.
Okay. So Dante, what do you sell? What's your business?
I sell a info product, course, mastermind, community all wrapped up into one that teaches people how to start and scale e-commerce businesses.
Any particular type of e-commerce business?
Based off of Shopify. This would be mostly drop shipping, but brands as well.
Got it. So this is a biz op offer. This is not for any particular market. This is, hey, do you want to make money? Let me show you how to make money with drop shipping. Correct?
Correct.
Gotcha. All right. In 30 seconds, pitch me your offer.
Okay. Well, if you're looking to start or scale an e-commerce business, and if you have no prior experience or even a little bit of experience, we help you with one-on-one experts, bring you through a step-by-step training portal and teach you everything you need to know and what you need to do to go from zero, starting your e-commerce store, up to $1,000 in sales per day.
Is that any different than the 5,000 other people that say the exact same thing?
The difference is that we focus on how to build a real business versus all the drop shipping gurus talking about just randomly spam testing products and finding random shit from China off of TikTok. I teach how to build a proper e-commerce business, Shopify business.
And do you say that in your marketing? What you just said, hey, the gurus are telling you how to spam products from China and all this TikTok crap and like all that personality you just had in there. Did you say that in your marketing?
Probably not as much as I should. I'm trying to think. Not really. Maybe 5% of it.
Because the pitch sounded like every other douchebag 17-year-old that sells how to start an e-com business. And then when I asked you how you're different, then you turned into a full functioning adult and you were like, oh, because of this. And there was like an actual human being deep down in that curly brain of yours. So I would suggest that you maybe be a little bit more yourself and really talk about the reasons why. Like if you truly believe that's the big problem is they're like, oh, they're just spamming products. Here's the better way. You need to talk about that. The biggest thing that you can do to differentiate yourself in the market is the old versus new, the dueling methods, right? Everybody else says you're supposed to do it this way. I'm telling you to do it this way. This way is better than that way. This path is better than that path. That is a pitch as old as time and will never, ever go away. You know why it'll never, ever go away? Because we all fall for it every 4 years here in the United States. And it's the same pitch. That way is not the right way. This way is a better way. Vote for me. Vote for this douchebag instead of that douchebag. If you lean into who you are and what you believe, you'll get a lot farther than just this dry vanilla paste of a pitch that you have. Does that make sense?
It makes a ton of sense. I pretty much just started from reverse engineering what others were doing. Most people, let's be honest, aren't making much money anyways. So I should probably...
Yeah, so fantastic plan. Copy all the brokies. I'm going to take a look at some of your stuff here in a second. And I am also going to ask you some more questions. I'm going to give you a pitch. By the end of this, I'm going to give you a pitch, okay? Let me ask you this. How much are you making with this thing?
Last month, we did 18,000. Last month before that, 25,000. This month is like 3 because of payment processing and mostly payment processing. I haven't found a solution to that yet, to be honest.
What do you mean payment processing?
Just like Stripe banning me and then all these other ones want to hold tons of reserves.
Why do you have a Stripe account? Hold on, stop. What do you charge for your offer?
It's 5,000.
And you do it on Stripe? Oh my God, I need to get a bell that I ring that goes ding dong, moron alert. Okay. I need an idiot bell. You're the drop shipping guy. Can you find me an idiot bell? Or do you sell one of your stores? Can you drop ship me a bell that says idiot? Listen, you friggin' young guys, okay? Why are you processing $5,000 coaching on Stripe? I don't get it, okay? That's like going to the beach and saying, I don't want to get wet. Like you're just asking for trouble. Stripe is not a real merchant processor. You got me? It's not real. It's a high percentage, high risk merchant, which means at any point, if they even get a whiff, like if I was a merchant and I saw that some kid was processing $5,000 consulting sales every friggin' day, I'd shut him down too. Okay. So here's the thing. Do you have a business? Wait a minute. This bank account you sent, is this a business or a personal?
I do have a business. I do have a business.
Okay. All
I
right.
do.
You've seen the show. You've seen the show. I will maintain some sanity. I'll only have to do one therapy session this week. All right. So you have a business bank account. At what bank? Oh, you're another friggin' Canadian. What is with you Canadians? Like what
Yeah, it gets confusing because you do all business in USD, but the business account set up with TransferWise.
I don't know how stuff works in Canada. I don't know how you go about things, but in the United States, if you have a business bank account, you can get a business merchant account at your same bank. Can you do that in Canada?
90% sure it works the same.
Okay, so why don't you go into your bank and say, hey, here's a bank statement. Let's do this right now. Let's look at the bank statement. You got $31,000 in the bank. That's not like $5, right? So it's a legitimate business bank account. You have transactions, you have income, you have expenses. It looks like a real business. You go to your bank and you say, hey, see my business bank account? We have a real business. We have real customers. It's a real thing. Can I get a merchant account with you guys so that you can get my merchant business rather than Stripe? What do you think they're going to say?
I hope they say yes.
They'll say yes. Okay. You can do that with a new one. All right. So now what you do, you don't even have a ton of expenses on here, do you?
No.
Where are the expenses actually?
Those are credit card statements. The only expense I have is ad spend.
You don't have like software and stuff?
Just ClickFunnels, $147 a month. And on that bank statement, no, that's just like the bank account. All that stuff I process through the credit card.
And then you pay it off at the end of each month so you don't incur interest? You don't carry a balance, right?
No.
Good man. Good man. Okay. You go get the bank account. And now here's what's going to happen. You're not going to get shut down constantly. Because if there's an issue, the guy's just going to call you on the phone and be like, what's going on? All right. Are you having chargebacks and refunds, or is Stripe just being a dick for no reason?
Being a dick for no. I never had a single chargeback ever. Just never.
That's why you don't do high ticket sales on Stripe. You can do nothing wrong except have curly hair and they will shut you down. Okay. They will shut you down. Go to your bank tomorrow and get a real friggin' bank. You know what I find ironic? You're literally like, I teach e-commerce people how to have a real business and not just TikTok, right? But you don't have a real business bank account. You use friggin' Stripe. Come on, man. Go get a business bank account. You can do that tomorrow? You can do that tomorrow?
Can't do it tomorrow. So you got to open a business bank account and then open up the merchant account with the bank itself.
You just said the number one reason why you're not making money this month is because you have merchant account issues. You wouldn't have those issues if you had a real legitimate merchant account with your bank. Problem solved. Okay? All right, problem solved. So that's done. What did you make the month before your My First merchant account that you got at Toys R Us went all haywire? What happened?
Yeah, that started this month, end of July. July we did 18,000, and then the month before 20.
So you sell this for $5,000. So I imagine you had a couple full pays, maybe some pay plans, right?
Yeah, mostly payment plans, spread over 3 or 4 months.
Got it. Okay. And what is your biggest problem? Like, why are you not making $50,000 a month?
The conclusion I came to is that the biggest issue is called like engaged leads, lead quality, is that most of the people coming onto the calls are either just students, like 15, 16, like young kids who really don't have any money to invest, or they're just, broke.
How old are you?
21.
So you're a kid and you attract kids.
Yeah,
and you attract kids.
I did to get around that though. I can't change the way my face looks. Use some AI or something.
No, that's a great question. And I'm gonna answer that in a minute. Okay. We'll get to that. We're just getting warmed up. When you do your marketing, and I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to grab your marketing up. We're going to take a look at it. But ultimately you're saying that you can get leads, you can get book calls. The cost, are you running ads or what's your average cost per booked call?
I have it up right here. Like last month, average cost per booked call was like $30.
$30. That's
cheap. Leads for about $2.
I'm interested to see your ads. I need to get me some biz op money like I had in my early career. I stopped working with you guys because you drove me nuts. All right. So
qualified meetings is more like 50, 60, $70, but
that's still really good.
Meetings.
Jeez. So you must suck at closing.
Honestly, we had one issue last month because I tried outsourcing it, but before that, I'm not really great to be honest, but it was about 15 to 20% close rate myself.
So how are you only making $18,000 a month then? You're getting even at 15. How are you only paying $60 per qualified call? You have a 15% close rate and you're only making $18,000 a month. That don't make no sense.
A qualified call, if I look at the Calendly form and it's not good, I cancel the call. Any other call that shows up, I consider qualified.
You cancel the call. Why would you cancel a call? Explain it to me.
If I have my Calendly form and it's just like, do you have X amount readily available to invest into starting your business, yada, 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 and they don't, then I cancel because they're not financially qualified. And I've had tons of meetings and they're all just doesn't work out. You're
basically saying, hey, we haven't had a call yet. I haven't had an opportunity to show you how much value that we can bring to you, but will you invest this amount of money without even having a conversation with me? And if not, I'm going to cancel the call. That's what you're saying.
I don't say it that straight up. It's more like
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, essentially to do. Yeah,
you're just throwing money away.
Because okay, so the logic was I had all these meetings coming in, calendar booked, and then 80% of them had no money. So how can I?
Everybody says they have no money,
but these are like young kids. They're like 18. I know I'm young too, but they're like 17, 18.
Why don't you put on the? Do you have on the application? What is your age?
No.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello, McFly. Hello, McFly. Okay. So you take the, hey, without a sales call, will you give me money question away? And you put, how old are you? And if they say that they're 12, then you cancel the call. Otherwise, you do the thing that you're supposed to do and try to sell them. Okay. You don't just say, well, nope, you're not going to buy from just not even talking to me. So bye. Fuck off. No, that's not how you do that. Yikes. I understand if somebody is like 17 and doesn't have money. That makes sense. Okay. But if they're of age and they just say they don't have money, see, we have this amazing little technique we use and it works really well. You have a pen and paper?
Got a doc up on my computer taking notes.
You ready? Write this down. It's called sales. It's called selling, overcoming objections. All right. So you get me?
Wrote it down. SALES.
Stop canceling calls. Go right now and fix that in your form. Now, I'm not saying that if somebody says, I live on the side of the road and I don't have any money and I haven't taken a shower in 6 months. Okay, fine. Cancel the call. But just because somebody says I don't have $10,000 to invest, what they're really saying is I don't trust you enough yet to let you know that I have $10,000 to invest. Because some of those people do, and you're just letting them go. You're letting them walk right out the door. You know who they're giving money to? They're giving money to some other 19-year-old kid teaching e-commerce with curly hair. I want you to have that money, not the other guy. All right. So tweak that. All right. Let's take a look at your website here. Let's see what we got here. I need to start getting equity in y'all's instead of doing this free YouTube stuff. All right. No BS ecom. So you're a Dan Kennedy fan, clearly, right? A free 2023 case study reveals the system I used to build a 1,031,000 a year ecom business while working full time, and how you can use the same system to start and scale your own ecom. So this is good copy. I like the copy. What's this? I like that. That's a nice little trick. Even though, do you run ads to this?
Yeah. Yeah. That's all.
So this is going to get you popped. You can't have a fake play button. At some point, they could pop you for that. This is against Facebook compliance, just so you know. You might get popped for that. All right. What's the next page after this?
There's the sales page with the VSL page.
Well, what's the link?
The link, give me a second.
Wasn't asking for a description of it. I was asking what the page is.
Yeah, let me get the link for you. I should probably shorten these links. They're a little long.
I like it. Straight to the point. Here's my system. Is the video going to load or what do you got going on here?
Yeah, it should load in there.
Funnel's taking his shit. Okay. All right. Now this is good. Finally, somebody pays attention. I don't know if you've ever watched any of my content, but I always say start the video out with social proof. Zoom in on a screenshot. Show a house you demoed if you're selling a real estate offer. I love it. I love that. This is actually really good. Where did you learn how to be on camera and write copy like this?
I've just been writing copy from my e-commerce businesses. Now, actually being on camera is just, I don't know. I'm just naturally, I don't know. I just did it. How to format it, I just reverse engineered the competition, see what they were doing and just replicated it.
It's a lot better than most people I look at. Most people suck. I'm Dante. I'm a multi-seven-figure e-com entrepreneur. This template looks familiar. Looks very like, is it Sam Ovensy or?
Thanks, 𝐠𝐫𝐳.
Who?
𝐠𝐫𝐳. No, he's Australian.
Our system and strategy is very hot right now. So I implemented the system. Cool. So you combine a sales page with a VSL. I dig that because some people will like to read and some people won't. This is good. This is a really good funnel.
Thanks.
For you to only make 18 grand a month with this funnel, this is a travesty. I've seen turds with worse funnels make more. All right, where are we going here? Free 45-minute discovery call. This is strictly for people who are serious about starting or scaling their own e-commerce store to 1K a day and beyond. All right, so this is like a type form. Yep, type form. Okay, so you go through the step by step. You probably get a pretty good completion rate on this, don't you?
Yeah, it's about 40%.
Oh, that's actually not that great. But you're only paying $60 per call for this?
Yeah, the type form is relatively new. Like last month, like when we did the 18,000, 25,000, that was just using a straight Calendly form. I thought the issue was lead quality, and so then I changed it to this type form to try and filter more people out.
Why do you want to become a private mentorship coaching client? Why do you want to give me money? I love that. I love the question. Why do you want to give me money? What is the purpose of this question?
The purpose of this one was to try and get people coming to the call knowing that it's for a program and not just.
So I would say something like, why are you interested in working with us to build your e-com store over anyone else? What they're going to do is they're going to now type out why they think you're different, why they think people think these things, they just don't say them. And if they don't say them, they don't let them sink in. If they don't let them sink in, they don't use them in their buying decision. So, because you have curly, what are your goals? So, this is fine. I might be like a little bit more specific. Like, where would you like to scale your e-com store where you would be happy you spent the time working with us? Like a year from now, what revenue would your store have to be where you would be satisfied? Something like that. This is fine. It's not a bad question. So again, what's the issue with your current ecom business and why do you need our help? I like that question. Or if you don't have an ecom business yet, what do you specifically need help with? So the second part of this question, I'd rather you say, what has been holding you back from starting one? Because like, what do you specifically need help with? I don't know, dickhead. I want to start an ecom business. That's what they're thinking in their head. Like, it's like to them, it's a stupid question. So I want my hair to be, I don't know, whatever. To determine strategies that best fit your situation and get you to your goals as possible, what is your currently yearly income? All right, that's bad. So you cancel them if they're here?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see this. So you cancel them if they're here, or is this the only reason you would cancel them?
Yeah, and the next questions if they put no, but on this question, yeah, only if they select A.
All right, I'm gonna show you a little trick that actually recovered a lot of the lost sales for us because I used to do that. E-commerce and our system requires some capital. If you end up being a good fit, we can clearly see how our system can make you a job replacing income. Would you be ready, able, and willing to invest in our private? Again, this one right here, they're not gonna tell you I'm willing to invest without a sales call. Like some people will, but a lot of people you'll be able to sell that wouldn't say yes to this right away. I like the previous question. This one though, you might be working some people out. So what I would do is if they said yes or no to either one of these questions, what I would do is I would send them an email and I would just be flat honest. I would say, hey, John, listen, I noticed that you're not willing to invest. Just to be clear, our program is $5,000. If we decide it's a fit to work together, that would be the investment we would ask to get in the program that you've seen all of our students who've had amazing results. So just so we don't waste each other's time, are you okay with having the call knowing if it's a good fit to work together, that's the investment we'll be asking? And then if they say no, but sometimes we've done this before where we send them that email and they'll say, oh, yeah, I got great credit. Yeah, that'll be fine. And you're like, oh, I'm not saying you're going to like double your business doing this, but you might pick up a few extra sales that you wouldn't have if you weren't so strict. And you're paying so little for these calls that I would rather see you, if you're going to try to like really tighten up, I'd rather see you tighten up in your marketing, not necessarily your application. You see what I'm saying? Because you're like, hey, I'm a student and I made all this money. Come fill out this application where if it says you're a student, you're disqualified, right? I'd rather you try to attract people that aren't students in your marketing. I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can do that. You're going to kick yourself in the face when you hear it and you didn't think of it yourself. All right. Again, more, and I get it, more, you're like hyper qualifying here.
That was the idea. Yeah. It's new though. We haven't, since the payment processing issues, we haven't got much volume through the type form.
And why? You're just not spending much on ads?
Yeah. Because we have no way to process. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
because you hit less than 35, I'd send them there.
Okay, so actually, wait a minute. I did this. Did you get this from me? Because this is something that you did. You did. Oh, well, why did you not stop me when I was giving you this advice? So this was the advanced.
The email,
huh?
No, I thought the email was the step on top of this one.
No, that's the easy version of it. This is the more advanced version. This is what we did with conditional inside of Typeform. We did it with JotForm, but we made a conditional statement where if they selected certain things that disqualified them, it would go to a page where it'd say, hey, we're sorry, based on your responses, you're not qualified. But if you think this was a mistake or you think you have good credit where you could get approved for funding, then you can rebook a call here. That's what we used to do. No, this is good. You're doing good here. I'm surprised you only make $18,000 a month at this. That's wacky. The funnel looks good except for some of your messaging. So let's look at your Instagram.
The Instagrams I don't do anything with other than...
I see that. Your friggin' description is ecom. And it's just you staring. It's just you staring at clouds. An old man staring at clouds. Driving, looking up at clouds. More clouds.
Photos.
Do you work for like an Instagram stock photo company? What is this? 8,700 people follow you to watch you look at clouds?
It's a mix of people following from running ads through there. And then back in the day, made some TikToks and stuff like that, which didn't want to bring up on this call, but now we're here.
Bro, you could be booking calls from this. Are you kidding me? You could be putting out reels. Dude, I'd be like, well, last week we did this in our e-commerce business. Man, if you got to get an e-commerce business going, comment this word and I'll message you and sell you stuff. Like that's, you should be utilizing this.
Just because it's what, social proof? Just because I have the followers there?
Because you can run a reel ad. You take your phone and you say, hey guys, for those of you trying to start an e-commerce business, here's a tip. Blah, 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 blah. See this right here? We did $50,000 last month utilizing these tips. Listen, if you would like to know the top 3 tips on how to grow your e-commerce business, comment ecom below and I'll reach out to you and message them to you. You reach out to them and you're like, hey, here's the 3 tips, whatever. What are the biggest things holding you back from starting a successful e-com business? Oh, really? What do you think you could make if you had that solved, if you knew how to do that? Oh, so what you're saying is not knowing how to do this is costing you X amount per year. If I could solve that, if I could show you how to do what I'm doing here in this screenshot, would it be worth a short chat? You could be booking calls from here. You just run ads. You don't do anything else, nothing on social?
No, nothing on social. The idea was like, because of the e-commerce background, my skill set is ads. I've never really done organic. So I was like, let's just put all the focus there and then worry about organic once I have the ads.
Yeah, but you can literally run them in tandem. So you do that, and then you run that reel as an ad to your warm traffic. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're already doing it. You might as well just post it. A little nerdy for the basic kids at home for this. All right, let's take a look at your ad library. Is this your profile photo of your page?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what I would do, I always tell everybody this, have a picture of your face and have something that stands. Nothing. I don't care. Like I see that photo and I just don't care. I'm like, first of all, it just looks like clouds. I don't know what is your friggin' obsession with clouds is, but it's just like clouds, right? Like the most abundant thing to look at in the world is clouds. So you are not only not standing out, you are literally embracing the most meaningless, trivial, and most abundant thing that we ever look at. And that's clouds. Here's what I would do. I would take a picture of your face and I would maybe put some green here. Look, let me show you something. Let me show you something, dude. Look, check this out. This literally takes 2 seconds. All right, look at the camera for me and smile. Oh, it's all blurry. Hold on. Let me know when you can see this.
Yeah, the beautiful face on Canva right now.
Now I would grab a more high resolution photo, but you put this in friggin' Canva. Okay, see, there's you, right? There's your face, because people are attracted to faces. And then you go over here to text and you grab this like little glow thing right here and you do this. Okay. And you make it green. Okay. And you put it on your eye and then you do that. And now you look like a proper e-com douchebag. And at least that right there would, in an ad feed, if I saw that, I'd be like, what a tool. But let me read his post. Oh, that's interesting. Click. Like you got to stand out, man. You got to stand out. Here, you want this? You want me to share this with you?
I'll upload it right after.
Yeah. Well, I'd do a higher resolution image, but this is fine. This is just fine. I'll send it to you. Okay.
I've been having this debate internally. I feel like I probably try too hard not to be the guru. I don't want to be seen as that guru douchebag, but I feel like at some point you have to.
Bro, you sell how to make $1 million with an e-com. Students, like, I'm a student. I made $1 million with an e-com. You are not just a guru. You are the epitome of one. You are literally like, that's like saying, I don't want to look. That's like if Heidi Fleiss was like, I don't want to look like a whore. Like she's the most famous prostitute ever to live. You are literally an e-com, make money, 21-year-old with curly hair, start a Shopify store that you don't get any more BizOp. You don't get any more make money guru than that. So if you're going to do it, okay, or do something else, be a barber, okay, I don't know, but you're going to do this, do it. I don't want to seem like a make money guru, but I'm going to pick the most make money guru offer ever. You could arguably get worse if you did crypto. That's it. Okay. But you're super close, man. You're super close. Yikes. If you're going to do it right. That's all I'm saying. Just so you understand, you don't have to be like, I've seen people in my feet that have like Lamborghinis and all that stuff. That's fine. But you don't have, like, what have you done with your money?
Invest it.
You've invested it. Why did you invest it rather than buy a Lambo?
It's a smart financial decision, in my opinion.
Smart financial decision, in your opinion, right?
Smarter than buying a Lamborghini.
Watch this. You know how you know an e-com guru doesn't know what he's doing? When he's flashing around Lamborghinis and expensive watches and trying to act like a badass. If you make that much money from your e-commerce business, you know what you should probably do with it instead of buying a depreciating asset such as a Lambo? You should probably invest it so that it makes even more money. My name is Dante, whatever the hell your last name is, and I made $1 million last year with my e-commerce business, but I did not buy a Lamborghini. I didn't even buy new shoes. I invested it because I'm smart. I'm not some douchebag who's out there trying to flash their money and burn it. If you want to learn how to not only start an e-commerce business, but how to do it smart, more importantly, not how to lose your money when you're done with it, I have a special report that I put together on a 1-year plan for how to generate money with an e-com business and then what to do with it after, right? The point here is, Dante, that you can lean in to the anti-guru by being a guru. All a guru is somebody that has that knows how to do something, that has a strong opinion and likes to go against the status quo. You just think that there's only one way to do that. You get me?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. Yeah.
You don't have to have a green Lamborghini and run around acting like a dick, okay? You can run around acting like a dick by being a dick to the guys running around acting like dicks. You can do that. All right. And you will also attract better people. Now, I am going to show you how you can make a pitch to attract stronger applicants that aren't just broke students. I'll show you that in a second because I have a great pitch for you. Let's go back to the ad library. Let's take a look at one of your ads. So which one should I look at? Is this one good right here?
Yeah, they're all just different hook variations of the one that's working.
All right, let's see if we can blow this up. All right, so this is the ad right here. All right, so most of the information on here talking about e-commerce and dropshipping is complete garbage. I like that. And I know this because I have over 3 years experience of failing and losing thousands of dollars following the information found online. Okay. But luckily the story doesn't end there. I currently run a 7-figure brand that does over 1 million per year, continuing to scale. So how did I go from failing for 3 years to generating millions in revenue? Well, I can tell you that it wasn't by watching clickbait YouTube videos of dudes flexing their glamour. So you're already doing it. This is what I'm
not doing the video creative itself as I should be.
Yeah. Now, look, you don't have to use money symbols. The point is, or you can, but the point is that you have to stand out somehow. Pictures of clouds is not standing out. All right. Like you're in your language, you're standing out in your language, but not in your visual representation. Blowing all my money on bad ads. Or you know what you could do? You could have like a picture of you with your mouth open, eating a Lambo, like, or something like that. Anyway, so I stopped following all the garbage information online and learned the systems, frameworks, principles, build effectively, because that's what it takes to succeed. Real, no BS framework. So again, you're leaning into this sort of contrarian, no BS, against the grain. You need to lean more into that. That needs to become your personality. And I want you to have the same success as well. So if you want to learn more, click to learn more. Free case study where I break down and a lot more about the exact keys I learned and breakthroughs I had to get where I am today so you can do the same. So if you're interested in building a successful, profitable, projectable business and want to skip the BS, then click learn more and I'll see you in the case study. And this is a video, right?
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. Did you do that own editing? You did your own editing?
I did. Yeah, I have a video editor that I just trained on how I edited them.
Yeah, I love the little all that stuff. That's good. No, this is good. This is good. So here's the thing that I don't understand. You got good marketing. You got good ads. What the heck is the problem, man? Why are you only making 18 grand? Where's the real issue here?
Great question. I could literally, I have tracking of everything. So
how many calls did you take last month?
Calls that showed up, we got 108.
Wait a minute.
9% close rate that month.
You took 108 calls?
I didn't, which was the issue because I tried bringing on sales guys and they were not very good. And so they closed 9% of the 108. But the month before when I was doing the calls.
And wait, this is 108 people that you closed. Or sorry, 108 people. This is 108 people that you had already canceled people that said they had no money. And out of those people, you only closed 9%?
Yeah.
And this is great marketing. All right. What about you? How many calls did you take?
The last 2 months before that, I took about 70.
And how many of those did you close?
19.
I'm bad at math. What's that percentage?
Pretty much 26%, 25% close rate.
Okay, that's not terrible. So it sounds like, so out of 70 calls over 2 months, so...
Closed about 19 people.
19 people?
24,000 cash collected, which was a great month. I think I tried moving too fast and hiring salespeople.
That's $190,000 in revenue. How much did you collect?
24,000.
How the heck did you only collect 24,000 in cash out of 190,000 in revenue?
Great question. And payment plans, up front, they're only giving me 1,000.
Here we go with the payment plans. I'm you. Okay, you tell me you're interested in buying. I say, okay, it's $5,000. What do you say?
It's tough. I'm a student right now. I don't have that much.
How far off are you?
Pretty far off. a good couple thousand.
So you have 3,000. You need help with the other two.
Even a little bit less. I probably have 1,000, 2,000 at max.
Well, there's a big difference between 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You just gave me all three. Which one is it?
I mean, most leads, majority of leads, I want to say they have like 1,000 to their name.
All right. What do you normally say? If I say, "Oh, I need a pay plan," I can't afford that. What do you say?
I say I completely understand, totally get it. I was in the same position as you were. However, we do like to work with people who are very committed, and usually the more people put up front, the better results they get. And so we usually do go this way, and then I try to push for the non-payment plan first.
And what do they say?
And then they say, no, it's really not possible. I really don't have that much money. I say, okay, so are you sure it's just a money thing? It's not a value thing? And they say, yes, it's just a money thing. I say, okay, well, let's do a payment plan, and then I'll drop it.
And you say, are you saying you don't have the cash, or you don't have access to the cash?
I definitely don't think I've ever said access.
So you could try my Lamborghini clothes, since you love Lamborghinis so much. Have you ever heard of the Lamborghini clothes?
I have not.
So this is a way to figure out if people can get the money without directly asking them, how can you get the money? Hey, I totally understand. It sounds like you really want into this program, but you don't have the money. So let me ask you this. Theoretically, if I were to offer to give you a brand new 2023 Lamborghini for $5,000, would you take that deal?
I would.
You would. Okay. But you just told me that you don't have $5,000. So if I gave you like a week to get it, do you think you could get it?
For a $200,000 Lamborghini, for sure.
Got it. So if you were going to take that deal to get that Lamborghini, and I understand that's a great deal, how would you get that $5,000 in the next 7 days?
Probably ask friends and family, and as a last resort, if I had to, go to the bank, see if I could get some extra credit or something like that.
Here's my question. It sounds like you've thought that through, and you do have access to get that $5,000 to get a car. But let me ask you this. Are you willing to put that same plan of action and be just as resourceful to get the $5,000 to invest in a business and to learn a skill that can allow you to one day buy your own Lamborghini if you wanted one, or whatever else you want in life, and continue to make money? That car is not going to keep making you money. And so that's my question. Are you willing to put in the same effort to learn how to grow a business, the same effort that you would to get a fancy car?
When you put it that way, I want to make it work.
Right. So now what are you doing? You're finding out that they do have access to the money. They can get it. And then you're basically saying like, look, man, like if you're willing to invest in a fancy, if you're willing to figure it out, we don't buy what we can afford. We buy what we want. We figure out how to afford it. And it sounds like you're willing to figure out how to afford a Lamborghini, but are you willing to figure out how to afford a skill set that will allow you to create the income you want for the rest of your life? See what I'm saying? See, they can get the money. You just have to show them this is not high pressure sales, because if they say, no, I'm not willing to, I'd rather take the car. Well, then there you go. Honestly, I wouldn't want to work with somebody that had their priorities that screwed up in the first place anyway. So the point I'm trying to make here is that these people, they have money, they have access to money. And if all you do is ask them, oh, well, can you do this? Can you do that? How much can you do? Can you do this on this date? Blah, blah, blah. You're not motivating them to be resourceful. Don't you think being resourceful is the number one thing that is going to help them succeed in the e-commerce business?
Yeah, it's true.
So you got to teach them from the beginning. Keep in mind, anybody watching this right now, if you take this piece of advice and you take this tactic and you use it and you absolutely cannot get results for your clients, whether that be make money, weight loss, whatever, please don't use it, because it's a powerful technique and it can absolutely be used for evil. But it sounds like you know what you're doing, and you can definitely get these people results if they listen to you.
We have hundreds of testimonials and case studies, and yeah, we get people results.
Start now. Start training them on how to develop the skills and learn the principles they need to be successful. And the first one is, well, two. One, being resourceful, and two, getting your friggin' priorities straight.
Right,
you know?
That makes sense. And so what would you do about the ones then after that they really don't have money? Because what's happening is, or what has happened, I haven't tried this yet and I will, but I pitch 5,000, try to work around that and their objections there. It doesn't work. So I drop it to 3,000. That doesn't work.
You drop the price?
Then, yeah. If they can't afford it, and I take off part of the offer, and then I just say 3,000, but you can't get the one-on-one, but you get everything else.
No. So do they ask you to drop the price?
No, it's only once I feel, I guess in this case, I don't know because if they have access or not, but when I feel and I've really tried overcoming the money objection of where they can't afford it, then I drop it to 3,000 and give them not the full offer.
I don't want to waste each other's time. I don't want to waste your time. If money was no object, if money didn't matter, is this something you would want to do? Because if you don't want to do it, I don't want to waste your time. If money was no matter, would you do this?
Yes.
Got it. So how can we make it work for you?
I don't have the money in my account right now, so I'd have to be cheaper, ideally.
Well, I can't lower the price unless you want me to start taking away the value. You want me to cut the course in half?
Well, no. I think half the course is probably pretty valuable.
Let me ask you this. If you had an e-commerce store and you spent all this money learning it, you put it out there and you got an email from somebody that said, I can't afford your e-commerce product, would you then just drop the price in half?
No, I wouldn't.
So why do you expect me to do that? I can try to make it affordable for you, but the last thing I'm going to do, and I will never do, and I will never encourage anybody I work with to do, is lower their price and lower their value. Because what you're doing is you're immediately admitting that it's not that good. Because if it was that good, you wouldn't need to lower your price, and I don't need to lower my price. But I will work with you. So that's my question to you, John. How can we make it work for you? What would work for you?
Probably splitting up the payments in like...
And what does that look like?
I only have 1,000, so we'd have to split it up over like 5-6 months, and I'd have to make the money fast once I join the program, ideally just to pay off the rest of the payment plan.
Got it. So what you're saying is you could put $1,000 down today, correct?
Correct. That's all I have, though. I wouldn't have money to put into ads and stuff like that.
And when would you be able to make the second payment?
Well, I get paid in 2-3 weeks, but that's all the money I'll have again.
Sure.
So ideally, I need to make money in the program to pay off the program.
How quick can you implement? If you get in the program today, how quick can you implement?
Quick. I'm ready to go within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. Can you do it in a week? Can you work a little faster? Can you implement a little faster? Can you prioritize this, John? Okay, if you prioritize this, it's going to massively increase your chances of making that money back. So you see how the whole time you're not just selling them, you're teaching them to be, because you don't want to sell them and then they don't get results. You want to teach them. If I say, are you going to prioritize this? And they'll say, oh, I'll get to it in 2 weeks. That's not prioritizing it at all. 2 weeks, my God. No, it's you're going to get to it now. Like, holy friggin' bananas. Does this give you a little bit more idea of how to deal with these people?
Yeah, it does make sense. And then I guess,
They have credit?
no, it does make a lot of sense. Those
you
are
ever
the young guys, and they don't have credit cards, and they don't have credit. But I guess that goes back to the marketing issue and
yeah.
not really.
So all right. So look, in your marketing, first of all, who are you targeting? What's the age group you're targeting in your ads?
I just go broad. I'm a broad guy on Facebook. 18, 65 plus, all of USA and Canada.
So what if you set the minimum age to like 25?
Yeah, I could, but my belief with Facebook is the AI does the targeting, but I guess I made, the AI.
Yeah, 25 and up. If you really don't want to work, bro, if you really don't want to work, do you want to work with 18-year-olds? How many 18-year-olds have you closed?
A decent amount, but they're rare. Yeah.
Well, and do you get all the cash?
No, it's always, if I drop the price, it's usually when I drop it to 3,000 and do a payment plan on the 3,000.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So, all right. So 18, not many. How about 19?
The majority will be 21. As you go up the age, the more there is. Most people, I want to say, around the age of 21 to 25.
Okay. And where do you have your Facebook targeting set to?
18 plus.
So why don't you take the little drop down box that says 18 and change it to 21?
Yeah, that's a great point.
A highly advanced tactic, by the way. Highly advanced tactic. Okay. Super highly advanced.
Yeah, I know you're right. It's just I'm so used to going broad with everything always and like let the algorithm do the targeting. But if my face
21 and up is still pretty freaking broad, dude. That's still pretty broad. Okay. My Lord. Do you target anybody that follows certain influencers or anything like that?
No, nothing. It's just completely broad. And then I'm not even running retargeting right now. It's just I'll run engagement ads and I'll just run engagement $5 a day or so and just ping them with like more testimonial photos and value videos and stuff like that.
Well, here's what I would say in your messaging, right? If you want to get a little saucy, all right? I would say something like, if you really want, and you could split test this, but if you want to attract some better people with more money, I would say something like this. Here we go. I'll look it up. Hold on. Average family income in the USA. All right. So how much did you make last year with your business?
I mean, in sales, we did like 1.1 million.
And you took home what?
About 175.
Oh, right. No, I'm talking about, oh, that's with your e-com business. 175,000. Okay. Did you know the average family income is $70,784 in the United States? That means if you're trying to take care of your family and your children, the average of all of you makes 70 grand. Yet last year I did 1.2 million with my e-commerce business. I'm 21 years old. That's just me. And out of that, I profited $175,000. One person. How is it that the blue collar workers, the family men, only make half of the 70,000 family income in the United States? But yet this kid, my 130 pound soaking wet ass made $175,000. Well, I'll tell you why. because I know how to do something that you don't, because you weren't taught it, because it wasn't around when you were coming up. And that is e-commerce. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not fair. It's not fair that I'm running around with $175,000 income and you have a kid, you have a family, maybe you have a wife, and you're not making anywhere near that much money. It is not fair, but I'd like to help you correct that. My name is Dante Timpano, and I'd like to show you how to start a profitable e-com business so that you can absolutely bust through that mediocre $70,000 number, and you can do it from your home on your computer, taking full control of your finances, your income, and your future. Look, if I can do it at 21 years old, somebody like you with more life experience than me can absolutely do it if you know how. Every day there is a new way to make money. And if you don't keep up, the younger generation, they're going to surpass you. The problem is most of the young generation, they don't want to share. They don't want to teach you how to do it. Well, I'm willing to teach you how to do it. And then you give them a why. Right? Like, did your father make money when you were growing up?
I was a teacher.
Perfect. It absolutely kills me every day that my father is a teacher and he only makes, what does he make? 30 grand a year probably as a teacher?
He makes a lot in Canada, but let's
He
say
doesn't make $75,000, right?
No, he makes six figures, like 6 figures.
All right, so here's how I would say this. It absolutely, wow, teachers need to move to Canada. It absolutely kills me that I make more money than my father, and my father is a teacher. My father literally is responsible for, oh, this is great. My father is literally responsible for teaching our country's youth, the next generation of civilization. That's what he's responsible for. And I make more money than him selling trinkets and bobbleheads on the internet. And that sucks, man. But it is what it is. And I intend to take care of my family, but I also want to help take care of yours. I want to show you this skill so that you can make that internet money, because I'm making it and I want you to be able to make it too. So I want to show you, then you go into your normal stuff. So you can attract, okay? You can attract. Here's another thing you can do. Do you have anybody that's older that got a result with you?
Yeah, we have someone who's like 65.
Perfect. So get him on an interview or even a solo testimonial, run that as a front end ad. Older people will be attracted to him because they'll relate with him. Then they'll get in your funnel. You can leverage different ages and different people to get into your world. So you don't just put yourself and only yourself out there and attract a bunch of 13-year-olds. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's like, hey, here's Tim. We took Tim from whatever to whatever, and he's at 65 years old. He's now making yada, yada, yada. Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'll give you a perfect example. If I was selling a dating offer, right? Like a dating coaching program. 2 ways to do this. Big difference, right? Have you struggled to find the love of your life? Have you struggled to find that woman that just completes you? That woman that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt you can spend the rest of your life with. And you can wake up every single day and know that you are exactly where you need to be. If so, I have something very special to share with you. All right. Versus, are you sick of staying up till 3 a.m. on the computer doing research? Are you sick and tired of getting rejected by girls, walking around, seeing your buddies have 2 girls sometimes on their arm, picking them up, going over to their dorm room, partying and having girls all around them, surrounding them? Are you sick and tired of seeing your friends littered with women everywhere looking like friggin' Dan Blazarian? And you think to yourself, what are they saying? How are they figuring out how to get all these women attracted to them? Heck, they're with a different girl every night and I haven't been laid in 3 months. How are they doing this? Well, if you're wondering how they're doing this, it's because they know something that you don't. And it's not about how you look. It's not about how much money you make. It's not about any of that. If you want to attract women that are willing to hang out with you and go home with you every single night, then you need to know this thing that they know. And I'm about to share it with you. Both are dating offers, right? But one is attracting, just by the way you're saying it, one is attracting a man that wants to meet his wife, and the other is attracting a man that just wants to get laid. See what I'm saying? I was better on the first pitch because I'm the first guy, right? I have a wife. But the point is, you can articulate your message to resonate with someone. It's like when 2 people run for president, they're always saying essentially the same thing. I'm going to make the country better. I'm going to protect this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make better for healthcare. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. But the way they say it, they attract different people. They resonate with different people based on their message. You can pick a message that resonates with the right type of people, even if you're going broad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely.
Here's what you do. Take a piece of paper and write down all of the values that your ideal customer would have, the things they believe in, the things that make them angry, that keep them up at night, the things that they laugh about, the things that they cry about. Just write it all down. And then on the other side, think of that same list, but for the people that you don't want on the call, for the people that are always wasting your time on a sales call. Think of what they believe in, what makes them laugh, what they fear, right? And look at those two lists. And when you talk about your message, try to think about this person, the ideal customer, and how to make them laugh, how to make them cry, how to make them feel excited, and shy away from this list. And if you do that, you will naturally attract the right people more. Get me?
Right. Yeah, completely get you. And so let's say I create some new ads around these new angles with this new messaging of, like the example you gave of, hey, here's the average income and I made more. You would still go into Facebook and select the age over 21 plus, 25 plus, whatever it is, and then do that messaging as well, or you would just leave it completely broad and then let the new messaging do the work.
If you're not selecting any targeting, you're just going based on age, I still think that's pretty broad. Because what's going to happen is if you put that message out there, it's going to take a minute for Facebook or any ad platform to figure out who's resonating with it. You can help them out by just selecting a higher age. And that's just one idea. I would test multiple angles. That's one angle. You're going to need 100 angles over the next year to grow this. That's just one. But I think a lot of it also is you need better skills at closing, or you need to hire people that are better at closing. You probably make more money closing yourself for a while.
Yeah, at least to start for sure. It's like the 60% margins when I was closing myself that K month. And
here's the plan that I have for you. Adjust your messaging. Try to inspire people on the sales calls to be resourceful to find the money, and call out pain points and resonate with people who are more likely to have money in your marketing. Everything else is pretty solid, man. You're one of the better people I've seen on here. I think you're going to be really good. People are going to be looking back at this episode going, oh, that guy was on that show, right? You'll have done some really cool stuff a couple of years from now. I mean, you have 10 times more skills than most people have that make a lot more money than you. So it's just a few little tweaks, and I think you can really do this. Plus, you have an amazing thing you can share with people, showing them how to do this, but you really need to lean into your personality and into a message. Right now, you're kind of vanilla paste. You're just like, I make money with e-com. This makes sense. You need to lean in to more of a message and really find your tribe. Any questions for me?
Yeah, completely makes sense.
Any questions?
No, I think that's about it. Just got to take actions on this stuff.
All right, man. Email me back in 30 days and let me know how it went.
Will do. Thank you very much.